from Newsweek. Bill and Hillary Clinton risk prison over Epstein's silence. They risk it. No Republicans got the chutzpah to actually do it, so I don't even know why Newsweek is writing about it, but they put it on the front page of their website because they expected to get clicks. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer said on Tuesday that former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton could face criminal exposure related to newly surfaced Jeffrey Epstein documents. Quote, "We expect to hear from Bill and Hillary Clinton," Comer said on Just the News, No Noise. Donald Trump answered questions for years about Jeffrey Epstein. Every day he gets asked questions about Epstein, and he answers them in front of the American people. We've subpoenaed Republicans and Democrats. They go on to say the DOJ said Friday it's examining Epstein's purported connections to high-profile Democrats, among them Bill Clinton. As part of the investigation, Comer issued subpoenas to the Clintons and 8 other individuals that followed the release by Congress last week of more than 20,000 pages of documents. A batch of newly released correspondence includes messages involving Trump, among them an email from Epstein's brother Mark referring to photos of Trump, quote, blowing Bubba, while Bubba is a nickname of Clinton. Mark Epstein told Newsweek that the individual was not the former president. He described the exchanges as a lighthearted banter between siblings and said they were never intended to be made public or interpreted literally. Or Trump and Bill Clinton were more than friends. That proves it. Is this why Trump didn't want the Epstein files
All
released?
the evidence I need.
He goes like, Pam Bondi's like, Mr. President, there's literally nothing in here that's incriminating at all. And he's like, okay, well, we should release him. But there is an email claiming you blew Bill Clinton. Wait a minute, what? We can't release this. No, that's not coming out.
It's not illegal. I mean, think about how much power he would gain over everybody and went over the left if he just came out there and was like, it's a presidential one. I had to do it.
I had to do it.
It was right in front of me. Everybody else done it.
Every president. Yeah, it's the hazing ritual for all presidents.
And then everybody would be like, oh, wow. He's great.
Every president has to service every other living president as they enter office.
It's like the picture of Bill Clinton when he's at the desk and it says, "Little do you know, there's 2 people in this photo." It was actually Trump. It wasn't Monica Lewinsky.
I was just going to say, personally, I am shocked to hear the Clintons mentioned in association with Epstein.
We got a great sponsor. It is Beam Dream. Head over to shopbeam.com, my friends, /Tim Pool and pick up your Beam Dream, your nighttime sleep blend. Helps you sleep better. I drink this stuff every night. I swear by it. It is delicious. It's got melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine. It is fantastic. And right now, you will get their early Black Friday sale, 50% off. I really do think it's fantastic. And this is legit. I do drink it every single night. My sleep improved. I didn't even know it could improve. And now for the past several months, I've been having consistently good sleep. And you guys know that I recently had a baby. So that's pretty impressive. Good stuff, Beam Dream.
It's just, but also to me, the most optimistic part of this article, somewhere in it says Newsweek reached out to the Clintons for comment, but no comment was returned. That's good. You know, I would have expected Newsweek to say, yeah, we reached out to Clintons for comment, but our reporter wound up hanging themselves in a tree out of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
2 of them. To the
gun found 30 feet away. It's suicide. Sorry to see the reporter go.
Kudos to the reporters for actually reaching out in the first place. That's a dangerous.
It's very courageous.
Imagine being that guy.
They did the thing where they reached out at like the last exact moment at like 11:59 p.m. and they got a turn in copy by midnight. They're like, I asked, they didn't get back to me.
It was an anonymous email sent from someone started their own Yahoo account, so they could send it to the Clintons.
Dude, imagine being that one reporter. And you're like sitting there, your cubicle alone, and then
sweating.
The boss walks up to you and he's like, slides it towards your desk.
They drew straws.
Everybody's watching, like shaking. It's like, it's your time, Rodrigo.
Here's what he said. He said, so we expect the Clintons to come in, or I expect the Clintons to be met with the same fate that Bannon and Navarro were met with when the Democrats were in control. House Democrats sought criminal charges against Bannon, and we know this about Navarro as well. And actually, they both went to prison.
Yeah.
You know, if the Republicans actually made some moves and arrested like Bill and Hillary Clinton, and it was like for 4 months, I would feel pretty good, but I don't know if it's satisfactory enough. I mean, they're both old and out of the picture at this point. Is it just throwing some rotted red meat at the base to be like, oh, we're going to do something to the Clintons? They're not going to do anything.
I mean, just for comedy, just because it would be hilarious to see the Clintons actually facing some kind of repercussions for something they did, I think it would be funny.
It would make people feel a little good, and then I wouldn't wake up in a sweat at 3 a.m. every night like I do right now. And you know Hillary Clinton, she exists. So
Yeah, and I think if Hillary was in prison for a few months, Netflix could do a reality like women's prison show. That would be great. You got to imagine Hillary's going to be the boss running the prison just within 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Intimidating everybody.
You know, I would like to see if so. You know that scene from Watchmen where Rorschach is in line. You know this what I'm talking about. But like, it's Hillary.
It's Hillary, you're not.
Some woman's like, I heard, you know, and then Hillary grabs the thing and splashes the lady with.
I'm not stuck in here with you.
Boiling
You're
oil.
stuck
Yeah.
in here with me.
Or I mean, to be completely honest, she gets into prison and immediately it's like, okay, boss, like she's already the boss of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be like those old mob movies where they had like their own rooms and chefs, and they had pool tables and cards and drugs and stuff.
I mean, I got to be honest. If Hillary Clinton and Bill went to prison, outside everybody would be cheering as they go in, you know, hands cuffed, and Hillary's like, "I'll get you for this, Trump." And then as soon as the door closed, they uncuff her. Sorry, ma'am. They hand her clothes, and then like right this way, and there's like a luxury suite. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the real way to take them down would be to go after their assets. Would be to go after. Is the Clinton Foundation even still?
It's
No.
It's
Yeah,
shut
so
down.
They're like
man.
they're 300 years old. So it's fine to say we want answers from the Clintons on this stuff, but they're like 300 years old. You know, like, can we just? I suppose we should say, of course, we want answers from the Clintons, but at a certain point, they're so old and it's so 10 years ago. Are there more pressing issues to focus on right now, like Gen
I
Z?
mean, how old are they? Like
900.
They're not 900. They're like what, in their 70s?
Just put Chelsea.
Well, we
in
have the
prison.
internet, so
In the 70s, you know. Theoretically, they could live to be Jimmy Carter age. So you know, you
Hillary
get them for more than
Clinton
a few.
is 78 years old.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
Bill's 79, Hillary's 70, yeah.
Wow.
they went to prison for the rest of their lives. That could
Which is-
theoretically be like 20 years if they were if they ended to
Well,
live up like
they're at
Jimmy
life
Carter.
expectancy, so theoretically,
We'll give them a certain sentence, and then just put their kids in afterwards.
if you get 20 years, and if you don't make it, the remaining years go to your daughter.
It's the crime family. Let's go.
She's like, no, but if I get exonerated, you have to listen to Chelsea Clinton's podcast for the rest of your life.
Does she have a
I
podcast?
think she does.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's crushing it.
Sure,
I mean,
there's
her
at
and
least-
Michelle Obama, just people care what they have to say.
It's called "That Can't Be True" with Chelsea Clinton, and
There's like one guy who comes up with all the
By the
phrase
Clinton
names
Foundation.
for every podcast.
See, I imagine they named her podcast after like their response to all the allegations against the Clinton family. That can't be true.
Yeah.
wait,
that
hold on.
would be a good name for a podcast.
It can't
She
be
has-
true is the safest answer.
She had a podcast called "In Fact" with Chelsea Clinton in 2022. I guess that's gone. How many? It has 300 reviews and it got 4 stars.
What was her first one?
Then she's got "That Can't Be True" with Chelsea Clinton, and this one is ongoing. This is the new one, "That Can't Be True," funded by the Clinton Foundation.
She should start a true crime podcast called The Clinton Crime Family. That would the views that thing would get would be astronomical.
Yeah, women like Chelsea Clinton
do.
and they like true crime. So I imagine it would be one of the most popular podcasts on Apple Podcasts immediately.
So wait, you have to go to the Clinton Foundation YouTube. They have 12,000 subscribers. This is the thing. At what point are we like, I wish we got answers on the Clintons, but they're so old out of the picture. Are we just spinning our wheels?
Well, I think they're probably the biggest name that's been named or allegedly involved with Epstein. So I think people want to see that because they're the biggest name, but I don't think they're the most relevant. Like Bill probably wasn't in there running the operation and Epstein's working for him. He's potentially a client, but I think there's bigger fish to fry when we're looking at getting justice on the crimes that happened.
When you did I was talking to you before the show. I mentioned that you did a video on Epstein, and it had to be like 2020, and it's one of my favorites. Like I can still quote parts of it. And in the background, you had like a big thing that said Clinton body count, and I think it was at 50 at the time.
Yeah, no, what's interesting, that video came out in, I think, February 2020, so right before COVID. And back then, YouTube was censoring talk about Epstein. Like that video got something done to it, some other stuff I did on Epstein. That was just nuts. Like, okay, big tech is censoring opinions on Epstein. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, big tech was censoring basically anything that the Democrats told them to censor at the time.
Oh, the COVID
Allegedly, yes.
COVID opened everyone's eyes, especially just normal people.
Yeah.
Like you have these niche groups of people that are in entertainment, or maybe they hold different opinions than which would normally be accepted in certain levels of entertainment. And all of a sudden, everybody was finding out. You couldn't even say it on Facebook. I mean, normal people would say something on Facebook and get censored for 24 hours and get muted. So all these normal people started seeing this, and they're like, "Wait, something strange is going on."
Yeah, I think that this is something that we've said around the table before. Even though overall COVID was a terrible thing, like the way the government behaved and stuff, it really did open so many people's eyes to how deceptive the government is. And that's kind of a double-edged sword, because there are people out there now where the default opinion is, of course the government's lying. If the government said it, it can't be true. And that isn't really productive at all. There are a lot of people that are just like, look, man, they got me when it came to COVID. I bought that, and now I won't get, bamboozled again. So anything they say, they have to be lying. If the government says it has to be lying, and I feel like that doesn't work functionally.
I'm in that camp, Phil, and I like it there. I just like
it's
you don't have to think, just automatically they're lying. What? They said gravity's real. What
is there an example you can think of something that like you've seen people saying like this is clearly untrue, and you're like, hold your horses?
Not off the
You're
top
a dad
of my head.
now, so you can say hold your horses.
Yeah, I can say hold your horses. Not off the top of my head. Mostly it's the thing that at least strikes me the most is the attitude that people have. Like, so if you'll say something, people think that now, because they are skeptical of everything, that they're somehow like enlightened in some way, and they're just like, and it's more of a, like, you're so dumb and I'm so smart because I don't believe this, or you must believe that, so you're dumb. It's more the attitude that I notice more so than any particular topic or issue.
I agree with you. To me, it's, they probably call themselves a free thinker, but if their automatic default is a position of defiance relative to what a government official says, there's no thinking involved.
Yeah. Perma bears are right sometimes, right? If you're constantly saying the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, the market's going to crash, and you're saying it for 10 years, when the market crashes, it's not that you were had some kind of great insight. It's that you've been saying the market's going to crash. And so when it finally does, eventually, the clock's, even a broken clock's right twice a day.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.